So let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead, click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm going straight in, fam, because this ain't gonna take long for me to get this off my chest. Did you know that there is a registered sex offender running for city council in Lower Manhattan? Yeah, family. Imagine sitting at home, chilling. Let's say you're watching television and it's a relaxing evening. Next thing you know, you hear an unexpected knock at the door. You peep out the hole, or you open the door and boom, you see Anthony Weiner. Yeah, the guy who couldn't control his wiener. Yeah, he's at your door telling you to vote for him. Make him your next city council member. So, Anthony Weiner is the same guy who once was a promising politician. He was congressman, got all the way up to congressman, and could not control his little head. His political career was derailed by sex scandals, specifically sexting scandals, and then seemingly ended forever when he was imprisoned for sending sexually explicit messages to, get this, family, a 15-year-old girl. This guy wants the people of New York to trust him with their daily affairs, their quality of life. He wants them to trust him after he committed one of the most egregious acts. The dude, did I mention that he's a registered sex offender? I get it, fam. All for second chances. I really am, you know. I'd be the last person to be against that. But there are certain offenses that I don't think you can actually come back from. I don't think that you can come back from certain offenses. Now, Weiner is hoping to convince enough voters in Lower Manhattan, since he's sprung out of jail, he's hoping to convince voters in Lower Manhattan that he deserves yet another chance and a comeback bid for a seat in New York City Council. I want y'all to check out this exchange between Weiner and one of his potential constituents. Actually, well, this is one of his constituents. Check this out, fam. This is the exchange. He says sometimes it's with real painful kind of honesty about what happened, and sometimes it's a little bit divisive and defensive, and sometimes like a woman at a street fair last week. This is Anthony Weiner talking about what it's like for him to get back on the campaign trail and how he's interacting with various constituents. So he says sometimes it's like real painful, kind of honesty about what happened, and sometimes it's a little bit defensive, and sometimes like a woman at the street fair last week, she's like, I love you and I'm going to vote for you, but I voted for you before, and how can I ever trust you? I love you and I'm going to vote for you, but I voted for you before, and how can I ever trust you? Either the woman is slow or Anthony is slow. Mr. Weiner is slow. Because that don't even make sense. I love you and I'm going to vote for you. But I voted for you before. How can I ever trust you? Damn, are you going to vote for him or you're not going to vote for him? I think Anthony Weiner made that up. I think he made that entire exchange up. It's like, what made sense is when she said, I love you, but I can't vote for you. You know, or I used to love you, so I can't vote for you. Or I love you and I'm going to vote for you regardless and leave it at that. You don't say, but I voted for you before and how can I ever trust you? So you vote before you trust somebody? Or you trust them first, then you vote for them? Which is it? Still trying to figure that out. It's just amazing how certain people of a certain hue can go on The View and be received with open arms for their transgressions, after their transgressions. That woman, Joy, I don't know her last name, the comedian, but when she introduced him as contrite. She was like, welcome to the show, the very contrite Anthony Weiner. How does she know he's very contrite? How does she know that? She would not know that. But it is absolutely amazing how she introduced him and how the Joy Reid, is that Joy Reid? Yeah. Hold on, let me make sure I got the name. I'm gonna tell y'all the name of that woman. Hold on. It might be Joy Reid. No, that's not her. She's a white woman. I think her last name is start with a B or something. Let me see The View. Let me look at these names. Joy, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Bhar or Bhar or something like that. Bhar. That's her name, B-E-H-A-R. She's just, welcome to the show, the very contrite Anthony Weiner. Huh? It's, okay, Bhar, okay, Joy Bhar. She act like she was like working in the campaign or something. And then he was like, all I can be, I'm paraphrasing, all I can be is who I am. All I can ever be is who I am. And the whole audience, well, I don't know if it's the whole audience because I couldn't see the audience, but it sounded like the whole audience. Everybody clapping. Is this dude is he a sex offender or what? Is he a registered sex offender or what? I bet you those same people wouldn't clap for Diddy, and Diddy ain't even convicted yet. I bet those same people wouldn't clap for R. Kelly, and R. Kelly's been convicted, but I bet you they wouldn't clap for R. Kelly. It is amazing how they are able to turn those emotions on and off. It is amazing how they can turn those emotions on and off. It is absolutely amazing how they do that, how they can turn their support on and off. It is amazing how they got an excuse for everything. Because just like I'm calling them out on this, I guarantee you they got a couple of excuses waiting in the cut. Like, well, you know, look, fam, I'm not riding for anybody. I'm riding for some consistency, some truthfulness. This dude went to prison for sexting a 15-year-old girl, among other crimes, sex crimes, sex crimes. Y'all know that the audience was full of women, and y'all know how women feel about sex crimes. But all of these women are. So, are you for or against victims of sexual assault? I don't think you can play double dutch with sexual assault. You either riding with the victims or you're not. Not everybody who claims, just because you claim to be a victim don't mean you're a victim. I'm talking about victims, proven victims. You're riding or you're not. Y'all know Trump was accused of by dozens of women of sexually assaulting them. Y'all know there's a video, there's an audio of Trump admitting to sexually assaulting women. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that. I'm talking about all you Trump supporters, especially women. You know that Trump got a video out there, an audio evidence. That's audio of him admitting to sexually assaulting women. You know that, right? But you still defend him. This is why I do not believe that people are serious in this country about protecting victims of sexual assault, because they want to pick and choose who they want to support, who they want to believe. They pick and choose who they're going to make a villain and who's going to be the good guy. If America was serious about punishing victims of sexual assault, getting justice for victims of, back up. If America was serious about punishing people who abuse victims of sexual assault, who commit sexual assault crimes, if America was serious about helping people who are victims of sexual assault, there wouldn't be 95% of evidence rape kits in evidence rooms untested. That would be the first thing. It would be a priority crime. It wouldn't be a priority just when people feel like persecuting and prosecuting an individual. It would be serious all the time. Nobody would get a slap on the wrist. They would treat it like they would treat somebody that was trying to kill the president or somebody who killed a police officer. You know, that's when they get real serious. You kill a police officer, oh man, it's all hands on deck. You try to kill the president, anything goes. We got to stop all of that. You trying to come up with a universal currency? Hold on, we got to stop that. We got to kill. Hold on, maybe I'm going too far. Maybe I'm going too far. I don't think America would kill somebody. I don't think they would kill a foreign leader just because they're trying to, have their own currency or have a universal currency for their own continent. I don't think America would go that far. But I'm just saying, fam, where is the consistency? People have this thing where they selective outrage. They have selective outrage when it comes to sexual assault. Selective outrage. That's what that is. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anthony Weiner. The name says it all. No more talk.